Call to order the City Council meeting for City of East Grand Forks for Tuesday, April 4th, 2017 is now 5 o'clock. Look, Executive Assistant, please call roll.
Mayor Steve Gander.
Here.
Council President Mark Olstead.
Here.
Council Vice President Chad Grassel.
Here.
Council Members Clarence Vetter.
Here.
Mike Pakshavinsky.
Here.
Tim Riopel.
Here.
Henry Tweeten.
Here.
Mark Demers.
Does the term quorum please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have on the agenda acknowledgement of retirement of Dave Aker. I don't know if Mr. Aker's coming today or not. I know that you gave him the plaque on Friday, so but we want to acknowledge that his retirement. And I did send him a message. I was not able to attend. I was out of town, but hopefully he had a good turnout on Friday. So, thank you, sir. An open forum, an opportunity for members of the public to address the City Council on items not on the current agenda. Items requiring council action may be deferred to staff or boards and commissions for research and future council agendas, if appropriate. If you'd like to address the City Council, please come up to the podium to do so now. Does anybody in the audience like to address the council on items not on the agenda? Seeing none. Approval of minutes for the March 14th work session, March 21st regular meeting, March 28th work session, and minute summary of March 28th closed meeting. Both. Moved by Grassel.
Second.
Second by Riepel. Any question, discussion? Roll call, please.
Olstead.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Demers. Oh, sorry. Vetter.
Yes.
Pakshavinsky.
Yes.
Riopel.
Yes.
Tweeten.
Yes.
Motion carried. Scheduled bid lettings, none. Scheduled public hearings are none. Consent agenda. Items under the consent agenda will be adopted with one motion. However, council members may request individual items to be pulled from the consent agenda for discussion and action if they choose. Does any member would like any of the items pulled for discussion?
Moves to 5 through 8.
Seeing none, they need pulled. Mr. Tweeten is making a motion of 5 through 8. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Pakshavinsky. Any discussion or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Olstead.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Pakshavinsky.
Yes.
Riopel.
Yes.
Tweeten.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Acknowledge receipt of reports of officers and boards and commissions. Number 9, regular meeting minutes of Water and Light and Power and Building Commission for March 2nd, 2017. Communication, there's none. Old business, there is none. New business. Number 10, consider adopting resolution number 17-04-22, approving rezoning of Lot 1, Block 1 of Warden's 4th edition from R1 to PUD, with the PUD plan designed to match the feel of the surrounding area and uses. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Moved by Riopel, second by Pakshavinsky. Any discussion or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Olstead.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Pakshavinsky.
Yes.
Riopel.
Yes.
Tweeten.
No.
Motion is carried. Number 11, consider approving the settlement agreement between the City of East Grand Forks and Law Enforcement Labor Services settling the sergeant's grievance. Move. Who moved? Mr. Vetter. Any second by Pakshavinsky. Any discussion or questions? See none, roll call, please.
Olstead.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Pakshavinsky.
Yes.
Riopel.
Yes.
Tweeten.
Yes.
Claims. Number 12, consider authorizing the city administrator, clerk, treasurer issue payment of recommended bills and payroll. Move. Moved by Grassel.
Second.
Second by Riopel. Any discussion or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Olstead.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Pakshavinsky.
Yes.
Riopel.
Yes.
Tweeten.
Motion is carried. Mayor Gander.
This Thursday, Thursday the 18th, 11:30, Eagles State of the City Address. Thank you, Keith, for organizing all the video. I think we're getting close to having it all pulled together.
Very close. Thursday through the last 3.
Good. I think we're all going to learn a little bit about how our city operates And I think this is a good way to kick it off with the first annual State of the City. I don't know if everybody knows, but what we're going to have is a 2 or a little more than that minute clip from each of our departments. And he had an individual who could shoot the video and edit it down. I think that's the hardest part, getting it down under that 2-minute mark. And then we'll tie it all together and hopefully also touch on some of the greater priorities that we have as a city. And I think, Megan, are we close to sold out as far as we know?
It is.
It's sold out, so no pressure at all. So you'll hear from individuals in the city, some of them by video, about what really happens here. And hopefully we all get to see. I have such, and I think we all do, such an appreciation for the great staff that we have inside of our city, all the way from you, Mr. Murphy, all the way through all the departments and through. So this will be a chance to shine a light on each and every one of those departments, and I'm looking forward to it. We're also approaching the 20-year anniversary of the flood of '97 when the dikes failed and the town evacuated. We're going to have just a quiet gathering, and you'll hear more about that. It's going to be the weekend after the 18th. No big program, no big hoopla, but a chance to gather along the riverbanks, and it'll be folks from Grand Forks and East Grand Forks. More to come on that. Just a nice, again, low-key time of appreciation, really, for what has happened since there, as for the safety and security we have now, and the opportunity for growth that we see in our 2 cities, Grand Forks, East Grand Forks. Thank you.
And that meeting is Tuesday, the 18th, not Thursday.
I'm sorry, Tuesday the 18th, my bad.
Better.
I don't have anything this week, thank you.
Podium.
Just a comment. It's spring, and gotten a few calls and complaints about the condition of some of the properties in my neighborhood. And in fact, one resident is here tonight who has particularly been persistent about problem property near him. So I guess I'd like to encourage the staff, and I know the chief isn't here tonight, but if we maybe get a little more aggressive in enforcing our ordinances about nuisance properties and blocking right-of-ways and just kind of general junk in the yard. So that's all I have.
Mr. Repeal.
For those of you who missed the Senior Center Taste of Ireland last night, you missed one of the best meals I've had in a long time. Next month, it's a Taste of Spain. So that'll be, I'll email you all to let you know what time that's at.
Perfect.
Mr. Tweeden.
I'd like to say something. He's become a connoisseur of fine foods. He'll be in the restaurant business pretty soon. I know it's spring because the Public Works has been out with the sweeper real early. It looks good. Cleanliness is next to godliness, and he and his crew have heard that expression, and they take it literally. And a few more sunny days, and it's going to be a big difference. And appearance is very, very important. That indicates quality management up and down and all the way through the people who are employed in various capacities.
Mr. Grassel.
Just again to want to say thank you to Mr. Aker for his years of service in East Grand Forks. I talked to him on the phone on Friday, but I was not able to make it, so I just publicly to thank him. And I agree with Mike. I've talked to that resident as well, and we do kind of need to get some things cleaned up a little bit. So that's it.
Thank you. Couple things from me. Well, I know Dave's going to remind of it. We had that thing this Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if you saw that in the council memo this when you get your packet, and Dave will touch base on that. Also like to thank Mr. Aker for the years he's given service to the City of East Grand Forks and the Park and Rec Department. I know as I put in the email, I know there's probably a lot of times he spent on his own time getting things done and making sure that either a tournament or something went off without a hitch, and my hat's off to him and thank him. And apologize to the Senior Center. I was not there on Monday night. I was out of town until Sunday night, and then here this week and gone next week. So next week will be the first time we'll miss a meeting. So, but going to Oklahoma So, but it's supposed to be the same temperature here as there, so I don't know if, so. But other than that, I don't have anything. Mr. Murphy.
Just one thing I would like to say is that, actually, I will be there at 8 o'clock. You do not have to be there until 8:30. And I do realize that the weather is supposed to be very, very nice, so I will do everything I can to make it as concise as possible and get the information out in so we can enjoy the weather. And I appreciate all the invites for the senior center, but unfortunately, I cannot make those on Monday nights. It conflicts with Hapkido, so I really would have liked to have been there for the Irish food. So that's all I have.
Mr. Goldston.
A couple of things. I'm just going to piggyback on the yard complaints. I did get contacted here by Chief. I've met with the compliance officer. It's a new gentleman because the original one, Mr. Martinson, is no longer with us. I did take, and at least for one of the properties, I did a drive-by myself today. I'm getting together with Josh to go through our process, but I'm also drafting up some paperwork on that already. So hopefully I'll have something firmer by next week. The second thing, just, and I'm not sure if anybody's been aware of it, but there's Folsom Farms is approached the city regarding doing a little bit of an expansion project for warehouse over on their location. To do that, we're potentially going to need to vacate 8th Avenue there. Primarily, the 8th Avenue is just utilized by Folsom Farms. Staff has met to discuss it with all the utilities as well as the city. Jason and I last week met with Folsom Farms regarding any potential issues that we needed to deal with. I've been in contact with American Crystal Sugar. I spoke with Vice President Brathseth as well as the plant manager Lloyd Kennedy. We're working on some issues, so we may be coming back either one with a petition, or I could be requesting that the council just make a motion on its own to vacate that street, and then we would discuss it a little bit more at a closed session. But I wanted you to all know that that is in the discussions right now.
Mr. Emery.
I don't have anything.
Anything from the department heads? Seeing none, entertain a motion to adjourn. A motion by Riepel. Second by Vetter. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Meeting is adjourned.
Do you have control over this? Yeah, I can turn it off, but there seems, oh, I'm right here. It's still, still lit now.
I'll forward it. I'll forward it to